What's up guys, McCaddy here, bringing you our 6th UU battle. Now today I'm against a guy called Ludomont444, and looking at his team, he's got a few things that I haven't actually seen yet, which is quite exciting. So he's got the Honchcrow, rocking the, I don't know if that's pink or purple, or most likely pink, a Chandelure as well, and my favourite Pokemon, Cloyster. So from here, looking at his team, question is, does that learn defog? I'm gonna not. Okay, so Honchcrow can learn defog. Okay, so that's something I need to watch out for. In terms of lead, though, I do anticipate him doing what everyone does and leading with Cloyster. So from that, I am quite tempted to lead with Blastoise, and I think that's what I'm going to do. In terms of what's going to be problems and what's not going to be problems, the Honchcrow I do have to watch out for. He does go straight onto the Chandelure. I am just going to Mega Evo and Scald, because if I can burn that Florges, it'd be quite nice, and nothing else really appreciates it. I guess the Goodra doesn't really mind, but I do have Ice Beam for that. He does go straight out into Cloyster. Now, I can... Whoa, that does quite a lot. That's quite surprising. If he does decide to set up now, he's going to get an Aura Sphere to the face. He may be sort of a bit more lax about it and think that he can be cheeky and get it off. But I'm really not going to let him get that off. It is probably his biggest problem to my team. I do outspeed, so this is also why a little bit of speed investment is probably quite good. So thank you, Christo, for reminding me about that. So I think that, it's definitely worth adding a little bit of speed, because you do outspeed certain walls. And also, when the sticky web's up, you outspeed base 100 jollies, which is pretty good as well. And, you know, it's something you can't really complain about. Does go out into the Goodra now, and to be honest, I do expect a T-Bolt from here, so it is very tempting to go out into Killer Bunny, but in case he goes to the Dragon Pulse, that's the only thing. When I get a chance, I am going to go and set a Dragon Dance up with Haxorus, because it means I can pretty much wreck through his team. I have to watch out the Honchcrow, but apart from that, the Florges will not be appreciating a +1 Poison Jab. So I think from here, I am going to risk it. I'm going to go out to Killer Bunny, and hopefully he does decide to go for the T-Bolt. And he may be an AV though. He does go for the T-Bolt at this point. From here, I can go for the Ice Beam. Nothing else really appreciates the Ice Beam. I guess the Shandy doesn't really mind, but I can always go out into Blastoise and tank that fairly comfortably. He does decide to stay in, so it looks like an AV set. Looking at that. So, in terms of what to do next, I'm quite tempted. I think I am just going to stay in and just get as much damage off on this Goodra as possible, because this is one of the main stops for my team, and if I can break through it, I'll be at a much more comfortable position. Okay, he makes the misplay going for the Sludge Bomb there, predicting the switch. So I can just go for another Ice Beam if I wanted to. Let's see, so how much does Ice Beam do? 32%. So I'm not going to be able to take it out, unfortunately. But it's still... Oh, wait. I do take it out. That's not too bad. So from here, he's now got to decide what to bring in. And I think, looking at his team... So I've got a terrible issue. He does end up forfeiting. Okay, that's quite a short battle. I will give you guys another one, don't worry. So we'll just go on to the next one now and see what we can find. Okay, so here's another guy, Cool Christmas, and he also has a sticky web team, so that's something I need to watch out for. And I think in terms of lead, I do anticipate the Galvantula leading, in all fairness, so it is quite tempting to go into Entei. Killer Bunny wouldn't be too bad, especially with the Pokemon that he's got. I doubt he'll lead with the Chandelure. But I don't really want to lead as I normally do with Blastoise. He is invariably going to be able to get his web up. But I do Haxorus can break out of that. And I think what's going to be important is getting my own web up as well. And potentially spinning mine away. He does have access to defog as well. So, yeah. I think Killer Bunny probably is the best bet. So I'm going to go out into Killer Bunny. And I do anticipate the Galvantula leading. I can't really see what else will be leading. I guess I kind of hope that the Crocodile isn't going to lead, because Crocodile is going to cause me an issue or two. So we'll just have to see about that. Let me just close that. Okay. I'm trying to think. Also, as well, Red Tiger was asking me why I decided to go for the janitor as my symbol. And I figured it was quite funny because he's got a broom and it's sort of sweeping and stuff. So I don't know. There are quite a few to choose from. I don't know. I just like the janitor. So I'm not sure what else he will be starting off going out into. This Honchcrow does slightly scare me because they do pack pretty powerful priority. I do have the E-Speed on Entei, so I know I can get my way around that. But it's still a little bit scary. The Crocodile as well. This team really is not conducive for Cress as well, because you've got Dark type, Ghost, can't really touch, Bug type. So Cress is going to have a little bit of a hard time with this team, I anticipate. But if I can get Cheeky Moonblast off at a few points, I might be able to do a bit of damage on him. He does lead with the Crocodile, which puts me in a pickle. Let's see. So I could go into Galvantula, and assuming he's not scarfed, get a Sticky Web off and die from there, and preserve Killer Bunny, because I'm going to need Killer Bunny for that Aggron, and if I get my Sticky Web up and he doesn't, it's going to be pretty valuable for the Chandler. Tentacle can hit that, and also hit that, but I probably wouldn't. So I think going out into Spexborough is probably the best bet, I think. I could go out into Crest, but I really don't want to risk that knockoff. He goes to the Hone Claws now. Okay, so we know that I outspeed, so actually I can go for the Sticky Web this turn, and also I may end up threatening him out with Bug Buzz as well. So even if it doesn't scare him out, he does lack priority. So he does go for the Stone Edge here, and that is going to bring me down to my Sash. I can go for a Bug Buzz here, and even if he does decide to switch out, it's still going to be do a reasonable chunk to other things. It's neutral on the Honchcrow. I guess Tentacle's not going to do much, but then you would never switch in the Tentacle on that. Chandelure, maybe, but then I get a chance to see if it's scarfed or not. Galvantula itself. That might be his best bet, to be honest, because even the Aggron, we know for a fact that it does 54% with Thunder, so I'm going to be getting a decent chunk. So I'm in a fairly comfortable position. I'm not 100% sure whether I will be taking this Crocodile out. It'd be nice if I could. But the fact that he's not scarfed scares me a little bit less now. But he does have pretty scary speed. I always underestimate how much speed they've got. And definitely scarfed, they are pretty terrifying. So I need to just make sure I keep the offensive pressure up, keep that Honchcrow on its toes, and just keep it dancing so it can't defog away. He's definitely thinking a lot about what he's going to be doing. And as I said before, he is in a pretty sticky situation here. He does decide to stay in, and that does not take him out. And he does hit his Stone Edge, which is a shame. So from here, I can go out into, let's see, what outspeeds? Nothing outspeeds, so I'm going to have to go out into the Entei. I am just going to go for the E-Speed. I know his Chandelure could come in, but I don't think there's that much he can do, and I have the Sticky Web up, so I can go for a Stone Edge next turn. So I'm going to go for the E-Speed this turn, and he may worry that I do outspeed anyway and be going for another move, so I think he is going to sack this off at this point. I'm kind of hoping he does decide to go out into the Honchcrow. If he does go into the Chandelure, as I said, I can handle that fairly well. Entei's got pretty good natural bulk, so I should be able to take a Shadow Ball from that, and then probably play it a bit safe and go for the Bulldoze, just in case he's scarfed, and also just, it's quite a scary Pokemon, and I really don't want to end up missing my Stone Edges. It does lack priority as well. His team in general, apart from the Honchcrow, does lack priority as well, so that's going to be quite useful. So he's definitely taking his time deciding his moves from here. It would have been nice if he'd have missed a stone. I guess, what am I saying about missing Stone Edge? He's got increased accuracy. But, yeah, ignore me on that one. So, from here, I really can't see what he can switch into, because he may be fearing. I do normally outspeed, because I'm adamant I don't outspeed, but if I wasn't adamant, I would. So he may be fearing the either the Flare Blitz or the Sacred Fire, so I very much doubt he's going to go out into his Aggron. Honchcrow, I think 2 E-Speeds will take this out. He does go into the Chandelure now, so I think I'm going to play it safe, and I'm going to go for the Bulldoze. I know I could go for the Stone Edge, but it's just a little bit too scary for me, and I really can't afford to miss. And also if he's Scarfed as well. I know, I guess he still won't outspeed if he's Scarfed, but yeah, I just don't want to miss. That's the main thing. The other advantages as well is that if he decides to switch out into the Aggron, I can definitely do more damage to that, and also the Tentacruel as well. But I don't really see why he would. Okay, so that does a pretty decent chunk. A Stone Edge probably would have taken him out, to be honest. But he only has the Energy Ball for me. So I know it was a safer play to make. He does go out to the Honchcrow this turn. I'm going to get an E-Speed off on this, because I want to get as much damage off on this. I don't really want to risk getting hit with a Sucker Punch as well, which he may go for, because at this point I am at a level, and he may forget about the priority with Sucker Punch, not beating E-Speed. I think, in my opinion, he is probably going to go for the Defog this turn. He doesn't. He does go for the Brave Bird. Okay. So he is at a pretty precarious level of health now. And in terms of what to bring in, and thinking about it, that probably wasn't... no. Considering how much Brave Bird did to me, he probably would have taken me out with a Sucker Punch anyway. So even if I'd have gone for another move, it wouldn't have made much difference. From here, so he's gone for the Brave Bird. Let's see, that's not going to take it. That's not really going to take it. I think it's going to have to come down to Blastoise taking a hit, which I'm fairly confident he should. I hope he should. It is quite tempting to go out into Cress next turn and get... if I do end up dying and going for a sub, but that's something we'll just have to see. Look at his team, nothing really, I guess apart from the Tentacle, nothing really appreciates the Scald, so I'll just go for the Scald. I know a bit like this battle before, I am down 2 Pokemon from him, but I have my web up, and he hasn't got his web up yet. So that's going to make quite a bit of difference. So he does decide to stay in, and I do outspeed, which is a little bit confusing. So he's more of a bulky set. Okay, that's fair enough. I guess with the, you can invest more in HP that way. He does go out into the Tentacle this turn, and I've been utterly blind this whole time and forgotten about, what's it called, Rapid Spin on this. So, from here, it is quite tempting to go out into Crest. Considering the Chandelure, the best move it could go for is Shadow Ball. No, it's Energy Ball on Entei. I guess he may have been going for Energy Ball in case the Blastoise came in. Let's see, so the Cress could come in. I could risk it with Killer Bunny because they're all grounded right now. And looking at that actually looks quite a comfortable play on my part. I think I'm going to go for that play and predict him to go for the Rapid Spin this turn. I apologise again for forgetting that Tentacle gets Rapid Spin. He does go for the Rapid Spin, but he is at a level of health where Earth Power is going to do a decent chunk, and nothing else really appreciates it either. I just need to make sure he doesn't get it up on his other Pokemon with his own Galvantula, and just keep this offensive pressure going. If I can set up as well with... He does go out into the Crocodile. If I can set up with Haxorus as well, that's going to put me in a comfortable position as well. from here, I guess the Chandelure could come in. But I'm pretty sure I do outspeed as well, so that's not going to be able to come in. The Galvantula could come in, but I think I'm just going to have to hammer away at that. There's nothing I can do. I do still have the Rapid Spin on Blastoise if things get too much out of hand. So that's not going to be too bad. And I have got rid of the Crocodile, which to be honest, was one of the main reasons I had. And also this isn't Scarfed as well, which are the two main reasons I wanted Sticky Web up. So I am going to go for the Earth Power here. It hits everything either super effectively or neutrally. So it is the best bet. He does go for the Sticky Web, and that's going to bring him down to a Sash. And I am going to take him out this turn. Considering nothing else outspeeds now, I'm quite tempted just to stay in with Killer Bunny, abuse the lack of Sticky Web drop on him, and just get as much damage off as possible. A Bug Buzz does not do that much at all. And I'm at a comfortable level of health where he ends up DCing. So, apparently this team caused a lot of DCs. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the battle, and I will see you at the next one. Macadie out. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep up my latest content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. Macadie out.